Greetings everyone, Blackshaw here. Welcome to Steel Division Normandy 44. A beginning for a new, not played but new game, as I will try it out. And this time I actually remembered to change the OBS settings so you can see the mouse cursor. And I will try to play through the campaign, maybe some skirmishes. Multiplayer? Nah, not really. Obviously starting with a tutorial. But I'm gonna be playing solo. Probably gonna be using a trader because I'm usually pretty damn bad at strategy games. I better just want to try them out. So let us begin. So there's a whole lot of interesting tips, but I hope I will be able to learn a lot of stuff during the game. Alright, so let's begin. And let's hope that, the settings that the game figured out that should work will actually work for me.
Welcome to Boot Camp, Cadet. I'm your drill sergeant. In this first exercise, I'll instruct you in the ways of issuing basic move orders. But first, in Steel Division, each battle begins with a selection of the units to be deployed during the action, called a battle group. Click Next to compose your battle group. This is your battle group overview. It's composed of 8 unit classes, which we will explore step by step during the boot camp's exercises. Each category contains up to 10 slots in which you will later place a unit's pack. Only the unit's pack selected in your battle group will be available for the mission. For the purpose of this exercise, we've granted you access to the infantry class with 1 unit pack slot. Left-click on the slot to edit this class. Welcome to the showroom of the infantry class. It seems like the raw recruits are ready for the exercise. In Steel Division, units are available by pack. Packs are composed of one of several units' cards, which represent the maximum number of deployable units on the field. Notice the available airborne rifles pack. Click on the unit pack and hover values to obtain further information about the unit. Right-click or drag and drop the available airborne rifles pack on the empty slot to be able to deploy it on the field. Once the airborne rifles pack is in your battle group, click Back, then Validate to see next how the land lies. In Steel Division, each battle begins by the deployment phase. Its purpose is to pre-position your units within the blue area, called the deployment zone, and plan your strategy before the battle begins. To position a unit on the deployment zone, click on the Requisition menu to deploy it. Then click on the Airborne Rifles pack and left-click on the deployment zone to position the unit. The number on the Requisition menu is your given 70 requisition points for the deployment phase. A deployed Airborne Rifles unit uses 1 card from the pack and 35 requisition points. Once all the unit cards have been deployed on the map, the pack disappears. Infantry units are deployed with a transport already accounted for in the card. The WC-25 truck is an unarmed transport from which the Airborne Rifles Squad disembarks to fight on the battlefield. Vehicles go faster on the road. It is advised to deploy motorized unit on road to quickly reach a strategic position. You can shift the unit's position by holding down left-click on the unit's tag, or remove it, right-click from the map to place it back to the Requisition menu. Click the Launch Battle button once you have completed the deployment. Well done. The battle is launched and your deployed WC-25 is now under your control. Control the camera using the short keys. Direct it using the arrows. Rotate it by pressing the middle mouse button and the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Zoom on a unit tag to trigger the follow camera. Your objective here is simple. You must reach the farm and disembark an Airborne Rifles squad once there. Notice on the map the road that goes straight to the farm. The quickest way to complete the objective is to give the order unload at position to your WC-25 unit at the farm. To issue your first move orders, left-click on the unit's tag to select the unit. Left-click on the unload at position order and left-click on the map to apply it, or right-click to cancel the order.
Chariot awaits, sir. I'll get you there as soon as possible.
The unload at position orders the transport units to take the fastest way using the road network and disembark their passengers at the selected position. Beware, once the unit is disembarked, the transport disappears and cannot be used again. When a unit receives an order, you can select it and press Shift to display the ongoing order in real time. You can also give multiple orders by pressing Shift. A unit can also comply with other move orders. The move order orders the units to take the straightest route to the selected position. The move fast. One transport unit has reached the farm. You can wait for the unload at position order to comply, or you can use the disembark to immediately disembark the airborne rifles from its transport.
Yes, sir.
No sign of enemy units. The farm is secured. Well done, sir. Your airborne rifle squad is now controlling the area.
Platoon formed and ready.
Your first success, sir. You've learned how to compose a battle group, to deploy, apply move orders, and disembark the infantry from their transport. Good job.
As soon as possible.
This second exercise will be your first contact with an enemy. I will teach you how to deal with the front line, urban cover, and firepower. Click Next to build your battle group. We have unlocked 2 unit pack slots. Left-click on a slot to edit the infantry class. The airborne M1919 machine gun is now available. It is an infantry team with a medium machine gun. Different units in Steel Division have different equipment. This impacts their requisition points cost, role, and card availability. Learning how to distinguish each pack by hovering over their values is crucial for your success on the field. Each pack fills 1 activation points. Here you have 2 activation points maximum at your disposal. Fill your battle group to spend them all. Pick the Airborne Rifles pack and the new Airborne M1919 machine gun pack to validate your battle group. The red front line indicates a perimeter controlled by an enemy. Army intelligence has warned us that at least 1 enemy unit is holding the farm sector. Since your units are deployed with their transport, you should not expose them that way to enemy fire. Instead, disembark them in the selected area near the farm sector so they can close on the enemy position on foot. You can issue your first move orders during the deployment phase. Select the deployed unit and order unload at position and apply it. Keep in mind that your troops will comply with the order only when the battle starts. Click the Launch Battle button once you have completed your deployment.
Nothing to report.
Notice that the front line is moving when your troops are advancing. Most of the units in Steel Division influence the front line, so it gives you a feedback on enemy strength and direction, and vice versa. We've arrived. Disembark your troops here.
Any orders?
We fix them, you flank them. Let's go.
Airborne ready, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Move out, men. Spacing.
Crowd spotted, check your sights.
German grenadiers are firing at us. This is the first taste of battle. These grenadiers are tough guys with their deadly light machine guns. The best way to dislodge them is to meet them with superior firepower from the cover of the farm building. Notice the unit's status gauge above the unit tag. It indicates the suppression level of a unit. When it's full, the soldiers are pinned down. Pinned down units can surrender by moving close to them. It's also a good way of neutralizing an enemy.
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. First platoon, easy company.
Crowd spotted, check your sights. We're ready, Captain. Contact fire.
Congratulations, sir. The enemy is pinned down. If you are close enough, you can make them surrender.
Glory, glory, what a
Great job. The enemy unit surrendered. They raised the white flag and will soon leave the battlefield. Well done, sir. The front line is moving and is now overlaying the farm as there are no further enemies there. You've learned how to use the basics of the infantry in the front line to use morale and urban cover at your advantage. Good job. After the successful raid on the farm sector, squads on the field are asking for an ammo resupply. During this exercise, I will teach you how to capture an enemy supply unit and how to resupply. Click Next to build your battle group. Pick all available infantry packs to validate your battle group. As you can see, a new pack of infantry, the Airborne Leader, is available. Notice the white star on the unit card. This specialty icon indicates a platoon leader who improves the stats of every unit nearby and also heavily influences the front line. Most leader squads are small and too lightly equipped to engage the enemy on their own. It is also strongly advised to combine them with regular infantry squads on the field. We've got intel about unarmed Opel Blitz left in the farm sector. The squads deployed on the field can safely capture it. The road seems clear, so you will exceptionally not deploy any units on the deployment zone, but simply guide the glider rifles and the airborne M1919 machine gun on the field to capture the unarmed enemy unit in the farm sector. Click on the Launch Battle button.
Germans ahead. Get ready for a fight.
To capture an enemy supply unit, first make sure no other enemy unit is nearby. Then simply bring one of your units close to it, and it will automatically switch sides.
Locked and loaded, sir.
The Opel Blitz is captured. This is an unarmed supply unit which can replenish any nearby units with ammunition. Capturing this type of unit is a good way to exhaust enemy units on the field. Since the glider rifles and the airborne M1919 machine gun weapons are depleted, you need to bring the squads and the supply unit to a halt together to refill their weapons.
We fix them, you flank them.
Move fast and clear. Airborne ready, sir. Yes, sir.
Notice the yellow circle. It represents the supply range for units to get replenished. Now your units are once again ready to kick some ass.
We're ready, Captain.
German troops are flanking us and will soon surround the units in the farm sector. Units are considered surrounded once they cease to be linked to a ground reinforcement route or are not close to a platoon leader. We need to regain control over the map. We have been granted new requisition points and may deploy units from our battle group on the field to neutralize all enemy units.
Yes, sir?
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
We have identified an enemy platoon leader, the Grenadier Führer, along with the Grenadier infantry squads. That's why they have so easily reclaimed control of the front line. If we could neutralize the Grenadier Führer squad, its influence over both the front line and the Grenadier squad will lessen and eventually collapse.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
We need to break the surrounded units' encirclement. Luckily, the airborne M1919 machine gun is an airborne unit, as indicated by the wings on its card and tag. Airborne units are used to being surrounded, so they retain their influence on the front line the same way as platoon leaders. On the other hand, a non-airborne or non-leader unit, such as the glider rifles, once surrounded, loses its capacity to hold the front line and suffers moral penalties in enemy territory.
Need a lift? 10-4, good buddy. Ready to transport. I'll let you off at these coordinates. Where are we headed?
You have deployed your airborne leader. Good choice. Once disembarked, it improves the experience level of any allied unit close to it. This up-leveling is represented by the yellow star under a unit tag. An experienced unit gets improved accuracy, shorter reload time, and stress resilience. Once your soldiers are on foot, click on the hunt order. That stance allows your soldiers to stop moving and to fire at the first enemy within range. Most of the infantry cannot shoot while in movement. An enemy squad is pinned down and cannot move. It's a perfect opportunity to force its surrender. Make sure the unit is isolated to bring one of your own nearby. To force a unit to surrender, it needs to be covered by the opponent front line, suppressed, and with no ally unit close by. Once a unit surrenders, it leaves the battlefield raising a white flag.
Ready for orders. As you command, sir.
Medusa at your service.
At your orders.
Break it down and move it out.
Yes, sir.
Great job. The enemy squad surrendered. They raised the white flag and will soon leave the battlefield. Good job. One enemy squad has been neutralized. You're beginning to slightly regain control over the map. Continue to deploy units on the field to swiftly get rid of the remaining enemies.
Sir, yes, sir. Lipton, Malarkey, come with me. I am listening, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Airborne ready.
The surrounding units are saved. Great job. You have successfully rallied them. Well done, sir. You have reclaimed control over the map. You have successfully put into practice the capture of an enemy supply unit, the resupply of your troops, and regain control of the map. During this exercise, you'll have to deal with an unknown situation, and you're being granted access to the artillery and support classes. Click Next to compose your battle group. One unit's pack slots is available in the unlocked artillery and support classes. Don't forget to add the new units available in your battle group. Pick the usual airborne rifles card for your battle group. The unarmed Jeep supply is now available. Pick it for your battle group. The airborne mortar 60mm is now available. It is a weapon team armed with a single 60mm mortar which shoots an indirect fire at position from a distance. Pick it for your battle group. Make good use of what you've learned so far and inspect the farm area with your airborne rifles squad section.
Carried away, sir. I'll get you there as soon as possible. Careful! Enemies nearby.
God damn it, it's an MG-42! Since that machine gun is quite well protected inside that building, our boys stand no chance to fight back. Make them retreat in order to plan a better approach.
Let's liberate some ladies. For God's sake!
Your unit is under heavy stress. They are pinned and are laying down to gain protection, but at the price of their mobility. Once a squad is immobilized, it takes longer to be wiped out. Use the fallback order to force a pinned down squad to escape this dead end. In fallback stance, the squad will automatically run back to a safe position. During that time, it's impossible for you to give any other order. Now, sir, you have three options. The first one, the safest but most time-consuming, consists of using mortar teams to kill that MG-42 from afar, thus sparing soldiers' lives. The second option, the quickest, consists of using the smoke-on position order of your mortar team to cut the line of sight of the MG-42 and conceal your infantry's advance to engage it in close-quarter combat. The third option, the most dangerous one, consists of flanking the MJ-42 with infantry squads. But be warned, it can turn into a real bloodbath. An Allied Scouts unit has just arrived to keep an eye on the MG-42. Mortar team incoming. It is safe to keep them away from the MG-42 as they cannot directly attack an enemy. Instead, you need to take advantage of the mortar's long-range curved shot and disembark the gunners in a safe place.
Be careful! Enemies nearby.
Keep your mortar teams away from enemy range. Move your unit to the furthest and safest position from here.
Ready to transport. I'll get you there as soon as...
To use an artillery unit, you need to manually use the fire on position order and point it at that house. Or right-click on the target, if seen, to directly try to kill this unit. The curved shot does not take care of ground obstacles.
Ready, sir. What do you need, sir? Roger. On my way there. Platoon formed and ready.